All right, what's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome once again to another video. So right now, I'm in a bit of a foul mood because of the news for Alex Caruso. But on top of that, something that I noticed. So last night against Milwaukee Bucks, when the foul happened, the dirty play by Grayson Allen, and some might argue it's not even a dirty play. We're talking about the '90s. That's like a regular play, right? But it resulted in an injury. It's unnecessary. You can call it as it is. You can call it soft or whatever the case is. But Grayson Allen is just an annoying bitch, right? The guy is just he has a history. He's not even a tough guy. He's just a dirty guy. That's the problem with Grayson Allen. You know, you I'd even take that if it was like Steven Adams. He's a tough guy, gave you a hard foul. It is what it is. The guy's just dirty. There's a difference between being dirty and being tough. Charles Oakley is tough. You can make an argument he's dirty, but you don't want to cross the guy either. Somebody needs to step up to this Grayson Allen guy and put him in his place, right? And here's one thing that bothered me last night. When that injury happened or that foul happened, no one came over and even act tough. I'm not even talking about like actually fighting, but protect your teammates, right? Head over there, create a scrum. I don't know, get a tee. At least try to at least confront Allen, for example. Just you don't even need to get a tee. You don't need to punch the guy. You don't want to get suspended or anything. But pretend at least. Hold me back, kind of thing. But no one did. Everyone just puts their head down. Grayson Allen is smirking on the bench, and nothing happened. And as a matter of fact, after that timeout, because Caruso went up and all that stuff, who has the spark? It's Milwaukee Bucks. I think they went on a 7-0 run. Like, it was an injustice what happened. Well, your player just broke his wrist. They didn't know it at that time, but it was a pretty nasty fall, right? It was a bad fall that could have resulted in a far worst injury than a wrist fracture, which is still pretty bad. But it was not a good look. And on top of that, you see the smirk, and it's the same guy, right? Grayson Allen, the same guy who has a reputation of being dirty. I'm not talking about a hard nosed kind of guy, not a guy who just takes hard foul, just plain dirty. What he does is just annoying slash dirty. I don't even think he actually injured anyone, per se, outside of Caruso. But it's just dirty, annoying little things that he does because he's not tough enough, to pull that kind of things, with other guys, right? But what I'm looking for is the guy who would step up, and what I felt like was missing with the Bulls is, on top of big guys, is toughness. None of our big guys came over, again, pretend to fight, pretend. None of them. So we need dogs in this team. The Bulls does not have any dogs. From DeRozan to Vucevic, Levine, none of them. Like Caruso's tough defensively, but he's not something that you don't want to cross. You know what I mean? Like he's not like Ron Artest or Zach Randolph or anything like that. And back in the '90s, every team needs to have one of those. Kind of crazy guy. And the Bulls are so concerned about the chemistry and the image of the team, but in reality, you need somebody like Draymond Green, like Zasha Pachulia, somebody like that who would lay the wood on someone if they cross the line. And even sometimes they don't cross the line. Somebody's, tearing you down, right? Like forget Grayson Allen. Let's say some point guard, Trey Young, is lighting you up, going to the rim. I'm not talking about hurting the guy, but, just laying him on his back, making him feel that, hey, there's a paint right here and it belongs to big guys. Joakim Noah to an extent did that, but looking at the current NBA, yeah, there's not a whole lot who does that anyway. But you still need one of those crazy glue guys on your team, and a few things come to mind. Now they're all expensive. First and foremost, we need a point guard, and this is not like a viable option here, but somebody like Patrick Beverly, for example. He's crazy, right? Like he would talk a lot and he would get under your skin. He's making 15 million this year though. So to get that guy, plus he would come in the right time because Caruso's injured. He's from Chicago, but after Caruso comes back, that's where the problem starts. Like, where does he belong now on this team? And to get him, you'll probably have to trade Derek Jones Jr. because he's the only one who has a big enough salary to, to get Patrick Beverly. Plus, in the long term, you don't want Patrick Beverly here. Once Ball and Caruso comes back, they're all defensive minded with no offense. Well, Ball has offense and Caruso, but you get what I mean. The other one that comes to mind is Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins has this tendency of being hothead. He just signed to Denver for a 10-day contract. My goodness, we need somebody like him. He looks like a great teammate, right? His antics, being called for a tech, there's a time and place for that. And maybe the Bulls need that jolt from DeMarcus Cousins. They need his passion because currently, as constructed, this team has no dogs in them, no passion. You get fired up when you see a good defensive play and all that stuff, but all our defensive guys are out. So you need somebody who's going to ignite that. Maybe not on the defensive end because DeMarcus is not known for being known defensively, but somebody who would knock the other opposing, player down or just create a scrum, just create something. Guys like Marcus Morris. Now he's making a whole lot of money. He's making 16 million again, unreachable. Plus, he has like 3 more years left on his contract, so not really ideal for the Bulls. You don't want to commit for somebody like, somebody who's making that much money. Even though he's 6'9", he would solve the power forward position for the Bulls as well. But that's I don't know what the Clippers situation is. We can get Serge Ibaka perhaps with he's only making 10. Package him with Nicholas Batum. That's why I kind of want the Clippers to slide down a little bit because they're in the luxury tax, and maybe the owner, as rich as he is, seeing that this team is going nowhere, why pay almost double for, a team that's going to be a first round out, if that, So those are one of the players. Maybe somebody like Dwight Howard, right? Dwight Howard. He's not, again, you're not gonna get scared of Dwight Howard, but he's a presence in the middle. He's known to give hard fouls. He can get a tech or two or even get ejected. Just we need some dogs in here. But one guy that, might, I don't know if he is even attainable, but he's making minimum, is a former Bull in James Johnson. He's one of those tough guys that would hard foul you. Somebody like him would have been so beneficial last night, or moving forward, to say the least, to ignite this Bulls team. I think he was a teammate with DeMar in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. So he's somebody familiar. He's a former Bull. If we can get a package of him and perhaps, a Paul Millsap, both of them are making minimum right now, and you can send like a $5 million guy from our team, or TPE, for example. I don't know. I don't know if the Nets are even shopping him. I know they're trying to accommodate Paul Millsap, but somebody like him, not necessarily those guys that I mentioned, but somebody like those guys, even maybe Daniel Theis, that would give a hard foul. And just stand up, just stand up, be a dog out there. So let me know, put me on let me know in the comments down below, guys, if I missed any guys right now. I'm not looking for Charles Oakley and Dennis Rodman because I know they don't exist anymore, or Ron Artest, but someone needed to stand up to Grayson Allen last night, pretend that they're gonna fight. That's all I'm asking for. Again, thank you for watching, guys. Hit me up in the comments if you like videos like this. If you're a Chicago Bulls fan, let's chat. Head over, subscribe to the channel, like this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.